As a man, having muscles comes with a range of benefits. But I'm not going to talk about the pride that it comes with it, or what bullies feel like they can push everyone around because they have muscles. I'm going to talk about the health side of it. Having muscles is going to give you a healthier looking body. And that also means that your working system is going to be healthier. But there's no way that you can build muscles before you work on your testosterone levels. So number one, if you want to build muscles as a man, you have to work on your testosterone levels. Purposely, you have to eat food and do activities that will boost your testosterone levels. And that is what makes a difference between a struggling man and a masculine man. Someone can be struggling in the gym months after months after months, but the muscles don't just seem to be coming. Sometimes it's the testosterone levels that are too low. So as a man, you have to purposely work on that. So working on testosterone levels is the first step to building your muscles. Number two, do resistance training. And your training has to be heavy. You have to go heavy. Okay, so as you're training, you have to go heavy and heavy and heavy and heavy. Why? Because as you do heavy exercises or training, you are going to be able to rupture your muscle fibers. They have micro tears on them and micro tears on them. And once these micro tears start to restructure, that is when your muscle grows. So muscles don't increase in number, they increase in size. So we need to make sure that we get those micro tears so that they can restructure and grow. And you'll only get that if you go heavy and heavy and heavy and heavy. So going heavy is a must. Progressive overload. Another thing is that you need to bring in enough protein. We have talked about breaking those muscle fibers and them restructuring and growing. That cannot happen if you don't have the building blocks of protein. So that's the reason why it's very important that you eat enough protein to help you with that. It's like you're trying to build a house, but you don't have enough raw material. You will never have the muscles. Whereby you go to the gym, you train, you're sweating, everything, you're going heavy, but when you come home, you don't eat as much, or you don't eat enough protein, or your food is carb-based. You'll never see the muscles. You have to make sure that you're eating enough protein. And how much is enough again? When it comes to muscle growth, you need like 2 grams of protein per your body weight. So if you're weighing 50 kgs times 2, that's 100 grams of protein. If you're weighing 80 kgs times 2, that's 160 grams of protein per day that you need to eat so that you can be able to build enough muscle. Sometimes it's very difficult to reach those numbers when you're just eating food. So that is where protein shakes and other type of supplements that have enough protein come in. You can have protein bars, protein shakes, anything like that, just to help you put in enough protein as possible. But also don't forget that when you're supplementing something that already exists. So you have to eat first. And then that small amount that you are not able to reach, you can do it with the supplement. But don't jump on the supplement without eating. Now you have trained, you have broken your muscle fibers, you have ate protein, and now the recovery process is starting. What you need to give that recovery process is rest. So how much rest? Of course, 8 hours sleep and more is advised. But when it comes to space between your session and another session, mostly for the same muscle group, you must give it at least 48 hours before you can be able to train that muscle group again. So if you trained your pectoral muscles on Monday, it's not Wednesday, it is Thursday. Okay, so you have to train them Thursday again. So you need to give it 48 hours rest. We're not counting Monday because that's when you trained. So it's Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay, 2 days. And then on Thursday, you can be able to train them again. If you trained your back on Tuesday, you give it Wednesday and Thursday. The next day you can be able to train it, it's on Friday. So we're giving it 48-hour rest so that we don't interfere with the recovery process. That is when those micro tears are being patched up and the muscle is growing. Give it rest. Actually, according to research, if you consistently train a certain muscle group, it has high chances of not growing. If you're continuously training it every day, because you want big arms, every day is bicep, it's more likely not going to grow. Okay, give it time. Those people who do one leg day a week actually have a higher chances of growing bigger leg muscles than people who train legs 3 or 4 or 5 times. And you have seen this even with ladies who are trying to grow their legs or other muscles, the glute muscles. They tend to do it consistently. Every day is leg day, every day doing squats. Your muscles won't grow that way. Actually, what you're most likely going to happen, you're going to get injuries. You start getting knee injuries, overuse injuries from repetitiveness. So you have to move away from that. Give it 48-hour rest. Just train it once or twice a week. Perfectly fine. Another point is that we have to work on compound exercises. Compound exercises are exercises that engage more than one muscle group, such as deadlifts and squats. These are very important because you'll be engaging a lot of muscles in your body. If you're doing squats, your abs are more engaged than ever. When you're doing a deadlift, your abs are more engaged than ever. So when you're doing this compound exercise, you engage a lot of your muscles, and hence they're going to help your muscles grow for the long run. Okay, so let's focus more on compound exercises than isolation. We're just coming to isolation once we have noticed that we have some weak points. You have noticed that you have a weak tricep, you have weak bicep, you have a weak hamstring. That is when now we're starting to focus on those isolation exercises. Another mistake that people do when they're trying to grow their muscles is they do a lot of cardio. Okay, so the body has certain fuel sources. One is the glucose that you ate from a meal. 2 is your fat stores. And then 3 is the protein. So the protein is the shell of the body, and that even includes the muscles. So if you do excessive cardio, day in, day out, never ending cardio, your body will finish the glucose, it will finish the fats, and then it will start going for your muscles. So that's the reason why it's important that we minimize the cardio. We don't remove it, we are minimizing, because we still need the cardio for other benefits as well. So we're just minimizing and we're focusing on weight training so that we can be able to gain those muscles that we so want. I hope this video was informative to you. I'm your fitness professor from Zoezi School. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.